Welcome back, Trojan fans, to Wing and Fish Company and the West Brunswick Trojan Coaches Show. Tonight, I'm back on the set with Coach Kelly Williamson. Coach W, good to have you back.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
I know we don't have the best news to talk about tonight, but we got a lot of positives to go over from this season. Let's just go ahead and bite the bullet and talk about Jacksonville real quick.
Well, Chris, Jacksonville was really a better football team than we were, 2 Friday nights ago. Great speed, senior offensive line. Had 70-some boys on the team.
Compared to 30.
Yeah. So, but they were a good football team. Their speed was better. I didn't underestimate their speed, but live they were really fast. So
when you have a quarterback that runs a triple option and runs a 4-3, I mean that's defensive back. That's premier defensive back.
Absolutely.
Speed. That's
4 and 10 and 1. 4 and 10 were the running backs. Number 1 was the quarterback. He's a senior. But great kids, great young men, and they just came to play. And they won this past week, so they're still playing. So if it makes you feel any better, but we had a great year.
I would definitely say so. It's been in the 20-year range since we've had this kind of success here at West Brunswick, and there's a lot to build on from this season.
Yeah, and one of the things you want to do, and when I took this job, is I knew there was going to be steps that we had to take, and we did that this year. I thought last year at the end of the year we were a pretty good football team, and then we kind of came out of the gate this year and played well. Didn't play too well at North Myrtle Beach at all, but all in all, our kids bought in the whole time, and so we made some steps this year, which is what we wanted to do. And it hurts losing, and but we were back in the weight room Monday.
Got to think about the future.
Absolutely.
If you could change one thing about that Jacksonville game that might have maybe changed the tide, what would you say?
Well, I think one of the things, and I always take the responsibility, it's my fault. I felt like and I don't usually do this, but I probably left a couple cards on the table that I didn't play, and I think defensively and offensively, 1 or 2 adjustments we should have made, and but looking back on it, I mean that's it falls on me, not the kids, and I accept that, and I'll try to do better next time. But I'm still proud of our coaches. Our coaches did a heck of a job this year, and I'm still proud of all of them.
And we're going to have those same coaches back next year.
Oh yeah, we'll be. We already have. The unique thing about our staff, we've come together, over the last 2 years. And last year we went to Pittsburgh in the off season for Coaches Clinic. This year we're going to Atlanta during first weekend in February for Coaches Clinic.
You guys got a solid rapport up there.
Yeah, we have a solid rapport. I believe in them. I think they believe in me, and I let them do their job. And so, a smart man puts smarter people around him.
That's absolutely right.
And I've kind of done that with my staff. I really do believe that. We have a lot of great coaches at West Brunswick.
You've got some coaches that have worn that head coach hat and headset before, so they kind of know, what your responsibilities are and what their responsibilities are to have a winning team.
Oh, absolutely. And that is kind of, sometimes those situations don't work out, but it's been very, it's not been a problem at all. They know that, where I stand, and I know where they're, everybody knows their responsibility. Everybody has to wear a hat, and as long as we do what we're supposed to be doing, we're fine. And I'm not going to say we haven't had our growing pains, but we have. But as mature adults, and more than anything, we're trying to teach young men not just football, and that's what I try to stress to my kids. You
got to turn them into men themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's time to be responsible and do things. Go to class, study hard, get in the weight room, and all that encompasses success. And you know, you're not just granted success. You got to work hard and do the right things, and that's not easy for some people.
Right.
So I try to stress that to them and hope that they'll, you know, learn from me that I'm gonna be good to them. I'm gonna coach them hard. I'm gonna love them hard, and you know. But they've responded really well. I've had some kids when I first got there. You know, people said they won't make it, and you know, kids know when you love them and when you don't.
That's right.
And so I've tried to do that, and we've saved some, and it's helped us.
And the ones that stayed have learned a great lesson. You know, they went from a program that was really kind of struggling, didn't really have an identity, to say if they were a sophomore before you got here. Well, they've got 2 years in a pretty disciplined, strict system. They probably learned a lot about life.
Yeah.
And they've seen the results too.
Well, I think results speak for themselves, and you know, next year, you know, one of the things I keep telling them and my coaches, you know, because you can't, in high school football, you're going to have down years.
Sure.
I can't recruit. I don't have
right.
an opportunity to go get me 5 linemen that weigh 300 pounds. So
you're not Nick Saban
yeah,
in this regard, you know.
You get what you got. And so we may be 3-8 next year instead of 8-3 at the end of the year, but you know, my kid, we're gonna do what we're supposed to do to be successful.
That's right.
Now where that puts us, you know, that's we'll you know, handle that like men and move on.
That's right, because there will be a year after that too.
Absolutely. So you just, you know, but the key is that to have that identity. They know me. They know what I expect, and you know, and the school's been great. The administration. You know, I can't say enough about them. You know, Mr. Aarons and all the faculty there, and been very supportive. And so we just got to keep growing, and hopefully we'll, you know, find that mix one day that puts us where we want to be. And,
that's right.
But you know, it's not. Again, it's, you know, we lost 2 Friday nights. When we lost that game, I told the kids and the parents after the game, you know, one game don't define who you are. And that's the key.
And Rome wasn't built in a day either.
No, and remember that. I mean, so, but win with class, lose with class, and just let's keep moving. And because, again, football's a game, and we're trying to build character and more things than just, you know, playing football on Friday night. So,
well, we're here to talk about a little more football. So we got a forum to brag on some kids here.
Yeah.
We're going to have a formal award show at the school, I understand.
That's right.
But this is a good chance to brag on some of your surprises, your high achievers, your effort award.
Well, I mean, you know, golly, I think the all conference came out today. I know Tay Vereen was all conference. Brandon Worley was all conference. Jimmy Cochran was all conference. Tariq Thomas was all conference. Bubba McCray was player of the year. And so.
How could he not be, right?
How could he not be? Yeah. And
I understand they announced Coach of the Year for the conference too.
Yeah, well.
Any idea who that was?
Well, that was me, but you know, that was more to do with my coaches than me myself.
Here we go with the modesty, but congratulations.
I mean, well, thank you, but you know that it's, you know, those I've been there before and I appreciate it, but you know, again, we had a lot of kids recognized. You know, honorable mention was Russ Gore and Malik King. You know, Tony Williams was an all-conference player. But for Bubba to be offensive player of the year,
that's quite an honor.
In that league was
with all the 4A schools.
Yes, says a lot for our kids and Bubba's character and Bubba's, you know. So we're, you know, heck, I'm proud of those kids. I mean, and it, you know, those things are can't take that away from them. They had a great year, and you know, the kids I just mentioned to you were kids who were playing both ways. So,
when you
know,
have
they
that,
played a lot of football this year.
when you have that many all-conference players with a roster of 30 or 31, you've done something.
We got some, you know, that's coming from their peers, and you know, I think that speaks volumes that the other coaches recognized the kids we had. That's not me being biased.
Well, that's because they had to play you, right?
Right. So, but we're excited about that, and we'll have some more next year, and we'll have a great opportunity for some kids, you know, I had a great senior class. Our senior class was really good. Tay and Tariq and all those kids, and LeGarrette and Leaders and Christian Smith, just all them kids were just great kids, man.
You know, and it's a sad time when they played their last game of high school football.
Oh yeah,
that's almost the worst part of being a senior.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's the worst part of being a coach.
Sure.
Because you know, you build those relationships, and when I've been here my 5th year, or after my 4th year, I'll say goodbye to the kids that I've had as freshmen, and you build those relationships with them, and they never fade, and which is good. That, you know, it's nice as a coach to have, when it's Thanksgiving and Christmas and Father's Day, that you get a text or a call that kids you've coached 10, 15, 20 years ago pick up the phone and call you, and you know, that means a lot to you as a coach. And you know, I just, you know, I wish them kids the best. But we got some kids that's going to play next, you know, that are going to play some more football. We're excited about where they're going to be going. We don't know yet.
Sure.
But
you're going to keep us updated.
Oh yeah, I will keep you updated, because we got 4 or 5 that are going to play at the next level.
That's fantastic.
So
that says a lot about the
program. Says a lot about our kids. So.
Well, I don't know. I think we're both holding back some tears here, but let's talk about next year. It's early, but you're already in the weight room. Who are we going to see next year?
Well, I think you know, I think Jakari Bethel will be a kid that's really going to be a key for us. Dylan Jeffries, our receiver, quarterback's going to be a senior.
Yep.
You know,
good to have that leadership coming back.
Yeah, he's a great kid, and you know, he handles coaching, and with you as the quarterback, Owen, you know, McDowell's our quarterback. He's a great young man. You know, everything's his fault. I tell him that all the time, whether he likes it or not. Right. I mean, that's just it is what it is. But he's a great young man, and you know, we got you know, several receivers coming back, and I think Jakari Bethel will be a huge. Our offensive line ought to be pretty good next year. You know, up front, if I had to start tomorrow, it'd be Monty at left tackle that started for us, Baylor at left guard. We'll have you know, Gabe Lewis at center.
Sure. He's going to be a junior next year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he'll be a senior.
Time flies.
And a kid that didn't play, Brooklyn Fairclough, that didn't play this year, that would have been another right guard. You know, they say he's going to play. He's one of our strongest kids in our school. And then, of course, we got Casey Holler at right tackle. And then I think we got a top, you know, freshman playing for us now. McCray, he's a 9th grader that played for us this year. He's a D1 kid, and Dylan Jeffries is too. He's a kid that's going to be highly recruited. You'll see next year.
You want to throw the ball just a little bit more next year?
Oh yeah, we're going to have to.
Owen will be ready.
Yeah, Owen will be ready. We'll be fine, and Dylan can throw it, but we'll run. Yeah, absolutely. But you know, Casey Medford can fly. I mean, he can really run. He didn't run the ball much this year, but he will. Yeah, you know, so we won't be a one-back show next year, but we got some kids that are going to come around, and we got a little talented freshman running back off the JV. If he gets in the weight room, you know, but DeMonte Daniels is going to be he's our fastest kid out there. Him and Tony Williams, he'll be fine. But again, we're thin. You know, there's not. I mean, I don't have 10 linemen. I've got 6 or 7.
Right.
Unless I get some kids out. And really, Chris, that's really what we need to do at West this year, is hopefully with the success we had, and that we'll draw some more kids to come play football with us, and because we need 40, 45 kids.
Sure.
So I can get me 12, 11 on each side.
And get them a breather every now and again.
So, but hopefully that'll happen. Those kids that are around the school understand the way Coach Williamson is and the way we're going to do things. So hopefully, it's no hidden agenda. We're going to practice 7 hours a week.
That's right.
It is what it is. You're going to practice if you're going to play. We just keep on moving, and they understand that.
Well, here's my big question. Last year you took them to the water park. You going to do that again this year?
I don't know if I'll take them to the water park this year.
Because that seemed like it really worked. Maybe there's something else, maybe like a paintball trip.
Yeah.
Or
I better stick to the water park instead of paintballs, because
maybe take them fishing.
Yeah. No, I think I'll take them back to the water park.
Okay.
But no, we had a great time. I look back on the season and all the things, and those are the moments you don't ever forget, man. I took some kids to the water park and never been to a water park. But one of the things I noticed after the game, when you see a few of them shedding some tears, then you got them.
They care.
It means something
That's
to
right.
them. If the water park works, yes, we'll be back at the water park.
I'm just saying, they seem pretty excited about it.
Yeah, they did.
So that's
I'll tell you now, I'll take them to the water park this summer. We can win 9 more games next year.
Getting them fired up. It sounds kind of hokey, but if you get them in there, it's some kind of team building. I think you called that one right.
Yeah. So, but no, we're excited. But hopefully, again, that we get some kids out, that we're not counting on. If you can always catch 3 or 4 kids to come out that are going to help you, then that changes the dynamics of what you got. And so we're excited about it. We're not going to change anything. We're not going back to the drawing board and recreating the wheel. I told the coaches that the other day.
Spivey's offense going to stay in place.
We're staying in place. We're not changing what we're calling. We're just going to do what we do and do it, get better at it, and move on.
Just do West Brunswick.
That's right.
Coach, it's terrible. We gotta end the season. We're gonna have you back on the show. We're gonna get some updates. Right around National Signing Day.
That'll be great.
We
love to come back.
We have no spring football in North Carolina like they do just to the south.
That's right.
And I know that's a disadvantage to you, but all the schools got to deal with that. But we can get some updates.
We'll actually, they changed the. We can practice with 21 kids all the way through the semester of next semester.
Excellent. I did not know that.
Yeah, they changed that. I found that out today. So we'll do that, and we'll probably go 1 or 2 days, starting in March. Let wrestling and basketball get over. Just go 1 day a week. I'm not going to burn them out, and we want to have fun, but because a lot of my skilled guys will be playing baseball.
Well, a lot of your team, and I don't want to say that Eric's happy. Well, some of your players, they just pretty much just changed lockers and they're playing basketball right now.
That's right.
Let me ask you about that. How do you feel about kids playing 3 sports?
Well, I think it's the best thing. It's funny about kids that my kids played 3 sports in school. I didn't let my kids play travel ball, and I know a lot of people would disagree with that. But I didn't believe in Kel or Maggie or any of them traveling and playing baseball and all that kind of stuff. I was reading an article today. Allen Iverson won a state championship as a quarterback.
Absolutely.
And could have played college football as a quarterback.
And was probably a better football player than a basketball player.
Absolutely. And earned $200 million playing basketball.
That's right.
Which is wonderful. It's one of the things I try to tell my kids is Dylan Jeffries is a great example. He's a great baseball player. He's a D1 football player. He's a D1 baseball player. Keep your options open.
Sometimes you just
and as you know, I've had them go to some of that I've coached to go play football and basketball. So, or play football and baseball. So Clemson has them all the time that play football
Adam
and baseball.
Humphreys got discovered when he was the point guard on his basketball team, and Coach Sweeney went to go recruit Sharon Peak and liked the point guard, and he's a wide receiver for the Bucks now.
Right. I tell them to keep their options open. I do not think it's good for anybody to do anything
Good for that.
year round, and most 90% of the people that know anything about sports know that that's the truth, because you know, you don't need to be throwing anything or doing anything too much.
And it's more fun for them.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and I tell kids this and parents this all the time. I can take my kids to one camp at Clemson in football for the summer. If they're good enough to play Division I, II, or III football, they'll get looked at right there. And if they have good years in their high school.
right.
They don't need to go every weekend and run all travel. Same thing with baseball.
Sure.
You know, the quarterback I had at Latta 2 years ago signed with Carolina. Kobe Lee was a great quarterback. Played football, played basketball, and played baseball. Never played baseball year round. And he's pitching for Carolina Gamecocks. So you know, if you're good enough,
Yeah, they're gonna find you.
They're gonna find you.
Yeah.
So people get all caught up in that and think they can buy their way in. That you can't do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Real talent will shine out.
Absolutely.
I mean, these kids got to have some fun too. I mean,
Yes,
if you just stick them in one sport and they play say it's baseball and they play it 3.5 seasons a year, well, at what point does their mind think about anything else? Then what pitch do I need to throw next? Let them go dribble a ball.
Well, and I don't mind saying it on TV. I mean, people think that they can. Then when things don't work out at the high school level, or during grade school or middle school, their father puts a team together where it's basketball, baseball, or volleyball, and they run around and go to Greenville and Charlotte and Charleston and play soccer and all that kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, if you're good enough in any sport that you have, your scholarship through West Brunswick can be, and the truth of all that is don't none of them sports give you very much money to play, to go to school.
That's right.
Now, we all know that, and they don't want to talk about it, but it's the truth.
Well, baseball's 11 scholarships split X ways.
They don't give you but so much. When you're, so I stand by that, because I've had kids that have been great football players that have played all three, and it's just amazing. Yeah. It's just amazing.
They'll find you if you're good enough.
Absolutely.
Well, Coach, I think you had some this year that were more than good enough.
Oh, yes.
I can't wait to see how successful they are going forward.
Yeah, I get to go watch them play basketball now, and I can just cheer for them, and that's fine too.
You get to have a little fun too.
Oh, absolutely, and I'm gonna go watch all of them play basketball and play baseball. I'm out there cheering for Spivey, and that's the thing I want my kids to do, is be rounded. Because life is too short, and I mean, and again, I didn't let my son do that, and he played D1 ball and got recruited, and
that's
right. I mean, if you're good enough, you'll be fine. But
go.
we're gonna have a good time with our kids, and I'm gonna go support them if I got one that swims and I know he's swimming for Lynn, I'll go watch him swim.
I'm sure you got some that are wrestling too.
Yes, sir. Coach Caraway, I'll go out there.
If they come back a little stronger than they were this year, that's not going to
hurt
anybody.
A little meaner and tougher, that's all right. If they break something, it'll heal before August 1st.
That's right.
It'll be fine.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen.
Right, but things happen, and so but we're excited about our sports at West, and I know Eric's going to have a great basketball season, and
as he always does.
Absolutely, they're gonna be well coached. They're gonna get after it. I love to watch them play.
Dylan's gonna coach the girls up.
Yeah, Dylan's gonna coach the girls up. Caraway's gonna have a great wrestling program, and we fall into
his mustache will be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, we'll fall into baseball. Caraway's gonna do. Spivey will do a great job. Him and Coach A. Our girls softball's always good. So with Joe, and so we're excited about what we have. West is a good place, man. There's a lot of good people out there, and
the winning's just more often now.
Yeah,
that's great.
Just got to keep it out there.
Yeah.
But winning's not easy.
No.
And we got to work hard. And now we won't catch anybody. The thing about next year, we won't catch anybody looking past us. They'll,
I think you can play with the target on your back there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good thing. When they're talking about you, you're doing something right.
That's right.
So I'm okay with that.
And it might get to a point where they're a little scared of you too.
That's good.
So,
From where I'm from, that was an everyday occurrence.
Yeah, we can handle that.
Absolutely.
Coach, congratulations on a
Thank
great
you, man.
year.
I appreciate it.
Can't
so
wait
much.
to see the awards ceremony. Go Trojans.